Namaste and welcome to this episode of the Thursday Thoughts. Today we are going to discuss the fiasco that is called the exit polls. Yeah, you're right. On the 1st of June, we had, in fact, we are still with the elections and politics in India, and the election results are out. But prior to the election results, we had something what is known popularly, it is gaining ground, which is known as the exit polls. On the very 1st of June, when the last phase or the seventh and the last phase of Indian elections for the 57 constituencies was completed at around 6 p.m. in the evening, and every channel started beaming what is known as the exit polls at 6:30 p.m. Just barely half an hour gap between the two. And from the word go, every channel started telling that it is going to be BJP, NDA sweep, as high as up to 400, 450, 430, and for BJP also 400 par, and nobody gave even 200 or 150 plus for the India Alliance, and maybe one channel started telling it 350 will be India Alliance. So let's just have a look at how these exit polls have gone wrong so much this time, and especially because in my earlier episode of this TTT, that is Thursday Thoughts Talk, I had told I don't read too much into the exit polls, and Pat came a lot of my friends' responses. No, why you don't believe in exit polls? And come June 4th, my assumption was proven right, at least for once. I'm not very good at predicting, and so let me just see what would have gone wrong for these psephologists, so-called popular psephologists, how they went wrong, or how the whole exit poll, the gamut of exit poll went wrong. To the unaware, let me just give a bit of my thought on this particular thing. I am sure many of you, or maybe all of you, know that exit polls is just a statistical tool. What they do is simply you have a large population. It is also called population, and for us, our discussion, population is the real subject we are talking about, the number of people involved. So what you have to do, you cannot check with each and every one in our family. Suppose I and my wife, we go for a voting, and first of all, we may not vote for the same party, though we would have discussed. Then even if we vote for the same party, we may not vote for the same party for the same reason. The reasons can be different for her and for me, and there are not 100% chance that we will tell the truth when somebody asks me about the exit poll during the exit poll sample collection. In fact, nobody has ever approached me or my wife for exit poll data. So I am inclined, or I am tempted to tell that these exit polls within half an hour of 57 constituencies are spread across 44 days. I think they did not do it scientifically, or else science is not known to throw up wrong results if you do the experiment properly and correctly and scientifically. So maybe it's biased, number one, which appears to me the most likely cause. Everybody wanted to tell Modi is going to come, sweep the polls, 300, 350 plus. I thought for once, Modi had done exceedingly well if he is crossing to 200 or 240, and he could manage a simple majority, what he did ultimately when the 4th June results came. And even today, on the 7th of June, we are finding that India allies have all pledged support to the alliance, and maybe on 9th evening we'll find Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji taking oath for the 3rd successive term. It's a huge achievement, but more of that achievement maybe in the future episodes of my Thursday Thoughts. Now let us see how this exit polls came into existence. 1936 is the first exit poll that has been recorded to have been conducted in the United States of America, and we started doing it at somewhere around, in India we started doing it in somewhere around 1980s, when there were a lot of speculations about the Indian elections, and they started appearing or happening more frequently. We have discussed about all the history of Indian general elections in the previous episode as well. So then Prannoy Roy, the very familiar name and face on the TVs, he started doing it along with a few of his colleagues, Durab and all that. But all of them fell flat on the 1st of June, when they predicted that it's going to be a huge sweep by NDA, which did not happen. So how a sample collection can go wrong? We go back to the statistics. I remember during my MTech days in the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, when we were doing our aircraft production engineering course as part of our management trainees program in 1985, way back in 1985. I had a friend, batchmate, colleague, who used to say, if you want to paint the body, the surface of an aircraft, take a small half an inch square of surface on the body of the aircraft, paint it, then integrate it. Yeah, he was joking about calculus. So calculus goes like that. For the people who are not very familiar with calculus, it just to sum it up. So when you sum it up, if you take small things and you try to extrapolate it over the bigger mass of population, and like you ask, say, 100 people, suppose there is a small election in your gated community, or in your college, in your school, for the post of general secretary, literary society, whatever it is, for a small club. So you ask, if the total population is around 100 or 1,000, you ask about 100 or 10 people, like 10%, 2% people. Then if you take the sample properly, it should be the true replica of the total population. That is what the theory says. It has to be a true replica of the total population. Now we are talking about a huge country of say 64.2 crores of electorate. You just can't have any semblance of a small sample which you can extrapolate all over the country and tell that, yeah, this is what is going to happen. That is how our pollsters went wrong in UP. They couldn't see a total rout of Biju Janata Dal, in Naveen Patnaik's Biju Janata Dal in Orissa. Maybe to some extent some people have predicted it, but not to this extent of rout. Neither they could have predicted Jagan Mohan's YSRCP's rout in Andhra Pradesh, and more contextually the rout of the BJP in its favorite state, that is Uttar Pradesh. Yogi Adityanath coming back with only 33 MPs, whereas people were expecting him to come back with, say, 60, 70. So their 30 odd MPs were lost. West Bengal also, people started telling 2025 BJP will win. There also it was a debacle for BJP settling with 12, and in Maharashtra. So these three big states going against BJP. So BJP barely able to hold on to the NDA, barely able to hold on to the simple majority, and there was a crash in the Sensex, the crash in the stock market. Anyway, I'm not going to buy any argument that there has been a scam in that, because as it is, it's a speculative market. And today, the latest news tells me that after the NDA meeting, and after both Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar ji pledging support to Narendra Modi and NDA, again your stock market has hit an all-time record high. So I mean, these things keep happening. You can attribute it to anything, but it is simple thing is that everybody wants a stable government. So that's what it is. The exit polls, we have to, if they were conducted in a big gap, you have, say, from 1st June to 4th June, you have 2 full days. You could have taken some time and got the true sample of your data, do a data mining. Nowadays it's an in thing, data mining of all your data all over the country. You have to employ so many people across all the centers, all the constituencies, all the unbiased population, then integrate them, then we would have probably got a truer picture. But as it happened in the last time assembly elections in Rajasthan, in Chhattisgarh and in Madhya Pradesh, I was following the exit polls then also, and that was the first time it happened just a year back or less than a year back, when all the exit polls started telling no, it will be difficult for BJP to come back. Maybe Congress is coming back in Rajasthan. It is almost neck and neck in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, whereas it was a landslide victory for all the three states for BJP. I mean, that is where it started getting wrong, the exit poll. So it is because maybe you had bias, and with the over enthusiasm to be the first to tell you have been doing something wrong, and when you put in garbage, you get a garbage out from your computers. The old metaphor in computer language is Giga, that is Gigo rather. Garbage in and garbage out. So garbage out came out, and it was projected all over the places and all the channels, and you had the exit polls suggesting like that. So I would expect the psephologists or the all the pollsters to be a bit more cautious and bit more responsible. I would not call it only conscious. You should be responsible of what you're telling. Nobody appears to be, only one gentleman I think cried because his predictions were wrong, but rest all are enjoying. So that should not be the case. You should be more responsible in predicting. So that's what it is. You have to predict correctly. You have to do a very scientific job of doing a sampling, then only things will be all right, and science also will be with you. And always you should take it a pinch of salt, with a caution that these are only estimates. You don't go by the numbers. Everybody, all the politicians who were projected as losing, they started telling it's only projections and it's only exit polls. The true polls will be different, but in their heart of hearts they were hoping that exit polls should come true, but it was not to be. So exit polls, a good thing, but you have to, like any other weapon, any other instrument, any other scientific instrument, you have to use it very cautiously and very in a scientific manner in order to get a scientific result out of it. So till next time we meet, God bless. Kindly take care of your health, and praying God for a great future for our country, India, in the 18th Lok Sabha, and may God give us a good government for 5 years, stable and delivering good governance. That's all. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next time.